everyone, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the last day of my 13th Fright Before Halloween. I've done this for a whole week working on this junk journal. I've done 13 frights for the 13 weeks leading up to Halloween. Tomorrow's Halloween. I can't believe it. I'm sad, I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm thrilled. I don't know. Lots of emotions. I love working on Halloween stuff, so I'm going to try to do it a little more throughout the year than I normally do. We shall see, okay? So today we're going to finish up on this junk journal. So love what I have so far. We need to work on our pages here. Now, I'm not going to do all of them because it'll take me a month of Sundays, I'm sure, to get that done. So here's the front of it. Here's the back. What we're going to do is untie this and get to work. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're ready to open this up. So this is the inside cover. This is not what we're working on. This is already pretty much done to my satisfaction here on the inside. So this is the cover. This opens up here. Now I have this page here that I had already glued 3 together before I even started this project, and I painted this with this color shift in a black flash, which gives you the black color with some gold in there for my cover, my first page. Of course, this inside here is pattern paper and inked it some here. So what we're going to do, I've already done one, but I'm going to do another one. I wanted to create one and show you how to do a faux tea-dyed, coffee-dyed paper, okay? And then I've stamped this skull on it. I love, this is my favorite skull. So I'm going to show you how to make one. This one I'm going to save to tuck in a pocket or something. Set that one aside. So I've already tore out the paper. Now the paper I use, let me grab that really quick for this. You can use regular copy paper. This one is the Doodle Pad. And it's only $2.99 at Hobby Lobby. It comes with 60 pages. It's a 9x12. It's in the children's section. It's Crayola. You can pick it up anywhere. Great paper for junk journaling because you can fold it in half. This particular one, I tore it out. I have a pad, not a pad, I have 2 real absorbent paper towels that I'm going to do this on. Now then, first I'm going to stamp, and I am using archival ink because it does not run once it dries, interact with water. So I'm going to stamp up my skull here. This is a Tim Holtz skull. I've had it forever. I absolutely love it. I keep it on display on my shelf over there because I just love the image of it, because it's really pretty, like to see like that sitting on my shelf. Got some little lint hanging on it. But anyway, ink it up. I'm using black archival ink, which is permanent waterproof. And I'm just going to stamp him right here in the center. And whoops, kind of press it down some with my pressing tool and get a good image. I like that. I like that little bit there showing. I'm going to put that aside. Now let's tea dye, faux tea dye. And you can use different colors of your distress ink. You're going to need, oh, where did I put it? I filled my little bottle of water. Okay, so I have a little mister. I fill it with water that I like to use. Now there's 2 ways you can do. On this one here, I spritzed it with water first and then put my ink on. That makes it really, really dark. It depends on how dark you want. So let's do a little bit first without spritzing. So let me take the darker. This is the vintage photo. So I'm going to put a little bit right in here. Look, that's pretty dark. Spritz it with water. Now this paper takes it, so it's not going to matter whether I spritz it first or not. The other kind of paper, it just goes way off. So I'm going to spritz everything first with water. I may tear that darker off and see how I like. But we may like that dark. So, you know, you can, the reason I have a paper towel is to keep it from ink from soaking through on my table. But I'm going to put a little ink here and there. And you can just make it as dark as you want. I'm going to grab a lighter ink now. This is the antique linen. I'm going to use it on maybe skull some. Rub it in. Now, getting it damp makes it take the ink smoother, I think, than just doing it on dry. So I've just got this all inked up. Give him some ink right there. So like I said, this one's a lighter color than that other one. I'm going to go ahead and do some inking up in here. Like that. So let's spray it some and see what happens. It runs more on a regular copy paper than this paper. This paper is really absorbent, so it takes it. Then I take my heat gun and I'm going to start drying it. Also, I'm going to flip it over and press it down into the paper towel. Take maybe some of the ink off. Like that. Now we're just going to start drying it. You can air dry it too if you want to. I'm going to speak up a little bit so you can hear me maybe over the gun. This is a Wagner, a regular heat gun. It's not a craft type. You can order it or pick it up sometimes at the tool places like Home Depot and stuff. It's more industrial. Got to be very careful with it. It gets really, really hot. So what I like to do is sometimes take a clothespin and grab it right there at the top so I can hold it up and get it dry and hang on to it. So I really let it start to dry. Sometimes you will see it smoking. As long as you keep moving it, that's okay. You just don't want it to catch on fire. Right in here it's really wet. I'm going to just really let it dry. And then I like to grab the edges some. I'm going to darken the edges up. It's getting dry. I can kind of hold it. You can even crinkle it up if you want to. Turn it over and dry it like this. Okay, so there is that piece. Which do I like better? This one's darker than this one ended up being. I like the darker one. So I think that's what I'm going to put on that page. So let me take this. I'm going to just glue this down with my art glitter glue. Just put the glue kind of all the way around in the center especially. And we're going to glue it down kind of in the center like that. I like the nice and spookiness of it all. And then I'm going to find some things maybe that I want to glue on there. I really like this paper here that has this Halloween paper, but it has the wording on it. I don't know if I can even read it. Is it upside down? Buy that Heaven that finds above us, by that God we whom the angels, oh, I don't know. Quoth the raven, nevermore. It's just odd in phrases. Ah, I'm spooky there. Okay, let's take some of the walnut stain. Threw my paper away. Let me grab some more paper towel. I use Viva paper towels because they're thicker, more absorbent. So I'm going to ink these edges, kind of. Oops. And then I'm going to spray it. This is a distress ink, so watch what happens to some of it on different paper besides that absorbent paper. See how it starts pooling up like that? Kind of blot it and let it. Then I'm going to take the heat gun to it. You know, it starts smoking. I don't know if you can see the smoke, but it kind of starts giving a burned, curled edge to it. Okay. Now this, I'm going to put right there. I did not plan any of this page out, so bear with me. Put that on. I want some lace, maybe. I do like lace on it. Cut off a little piece of lace. Just put some of the glue on there. Flip it over. Oops. Wipe it off anywhere I don't want it and just kind of pat it down. And I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so let's see. Really want some of that. Just a little wisp of it makes it a little spooky. Put some right in here with this lace. Once it dries, you can pull it up a little bit more. Kind of like that. You need some up in here. This last little bit. Just gonna tuck it down in there. Okay, so there's that like that. I'm going to take some of the washi tape. I'm going to put a row of washi tape right through here. I've got the one with the honeycomb look and the bees. Tone that down some, a little bit. Let's see some other one here. Okay, I like that. It's kind of shiny back there, so I'll bring that up. Now I'm going to do some stamping. Stamp that I like with the lettering on it. Some black here. Put some words here. That onto the actual paper with the skull. Okay, that looks cool. A little more ink here. Let's draw some from the bottom. That looks wicked. Okay, pressing that down. Going to let that dry. So maybe a little more ink on this gauze. I had some red ink or paint. I'll do some red drops. So I'm going to look for something like that. And then we'll show you staining some of these pages here. Like these are already glued together. Okay, so these are perfect. I'm also going to want to ink the edges of my book. Now I'm not taking any pages out yet because I don't know yet how many I want in there. I'm going to leave them blank. I'm not doing any decorating to the pages because I want to leave them blank for journaling. So I'm just going to show you the ones I've glued together already. I'll show you gluing some together probably. But anyway, go through on your notebook and ink. This one I've already done kind of in black, so I'm just adding some of the brown in here. You don't want it stark white like that. Just get those pages kind of inked up. On the edges. And if you need to spray them some, maybe get that ink flowing in there, you can. It's kind of daring, take a risk. It's okay. It's not going to hurt it. It's just going to wrinkle them up some, and that's fine. It's the way I like it. So, let me close my cover up. So yeah, you don't want that stark white. You want some of that dark on there. So that's what that kind of looks like when you hold it up. And just give it that inky look. And then as you ink each page, it is going to make them darker on the edges. So for now, I'm letting that dry. So while I look, what was I going to look for? I was going to look for something. Oh, red paint. See if I have any. I'm going to flip this over here. Now I have some wax paper. Sometimes I put underneath. And to tea dye this lined paper, I'm just going to run some ink on it, spritz it some. If I have to, I'll rub some of it. Maybe spray and then ink. Like that to, you know, darken it up some, stain it up where it's been sprayed. So the reason you want to glue at least 2 to 3 pages together so that it can take, it's not too thin, otherwise it would probably tear. So I'm going to spritz here in the middle. Get that ink on there so I can dry it. It's a little dark in some spots, darker than what I wanted. I'm going to kind of use maybe this lighter one here in the center. pull that together. Okay. Let's see if we can get some of this rubbed off to what we like. Blend it in. Oops. Okay, I'm going to take the heat gun now. And get it dry. And I have some black paint on it, which I'm fine with on the edges from doing the front side. Bits, I think, on the paper towel. So I'm just going to dry this. Now, if you don't like it that dark, well, then I'll use a lighter color ink. We'll try that on the next page. See how that looks. See, it kind of tore right there. Oh, got a bubble in there. Oh, I like that. That's good. I like it when it kind of tears from the water, but it's not going to go all the way through because it's triple thickness. But it gives it that warm look. So see, this is lighter here in the center where you could actually do some lighting if you wanted to. Okay, and it kind of curls it up. And that's fine. Just going to press down once you close the book. Okay. Well, that stuff kind of smells. Move some stuff out of the way here. So let's try on this next page. See what it looks like. I'm just going to try here on the corner this lighter ink to see how we like it, or how I like it. Now you'll notice I'm just going right straight off of my applicator. You could use your foam also. Okay, so I'm going to ink these areas here. Because I think it's coming off my foam thing. It does brush off though. And it's kind of peeling the paper up a little bit. But that gives us a tea-dyed kind of journaling paper, not quite as dark. So you can see the difference if you like that better. Let's try that and see how that does. So that's a lighter tea-dyed look with the antique linen. Not showing up. It has a good amount of color. It's not showing up in the camera as much. If you want a little bit darker, we can add a little more of this darker one on it. in some areas, right around the edges maybe. Kind of bring it in from the other side some, like that. And spray that right there. Get it really wet while it's still there, so then it starts running some, like that. Whoops. I ran out of room and my heat gun fell off. Okay, spit those, let that water kind of run. Grab the heat gun off the floor. And start moving that water around where it's kind of cool. And then with the light, you can see how wet the paper is up here at the top. And this will dry it. Look how cool that looks when it starts wrinkling up. I love it. Yeah, you can do this with different colors if you wanted to, not just the brown. I like this page over here with the heavy on it, but then I also like it lighter over here like this. And of course it does the edges. So yeah, that's how I'm going to be doing my different pages. Of course, I always will glue several together. I'll show you that in just a minute. There's several ways you can glue them together, but see how it makes it a lot thicker. And you can put your paints. I can add some of my paint in here. Like, I've got that spray stuff. You've got to protect your area. I tend to get stuff everywhere. I like to use wax paper to kind of protect some places here. So you got just like this. So like, got your purple spray here. Like if you just wanted to spritz some on there. Yeah. Maybe blot that up. So it won't go through to the other side. It'll do the edges some. But like that. So you could do that on your pages if you wanted to. Kind of rub it in. Oh, I like that. Kind of giving me a spooky purpley page here. Right there. See how that does? You can just rub it in. Got the darker and the lighter, the different tones. I'm just using a paper towel to kind of rub that color on there. And if you don't like anywhere it's white, just kind of rub some more on there. A little darker some places. So yeah, I like that. That's really pretty. And then in some of the places where it doesn't have the purple, I'm going to go in and ink a little bit and get some of that brown. Like that. Bring that into it. Okay, I like that. Oh yeah, kind of like a Art Deco page. So I'll dry that page too. This page I'll probably do in purple too because I got some purple on it. I love how that turned out. You've got your lighter up there where you can write, and you've got your darker down in here. You can add some images, some stamped images maybe, kind of a mixed media type vibe to your journal. So I think junk journals are mixed media, not necessarily with paint and everything, but you can add that in. But anytime you use different mediums, that is mixed media. So with the different papers even, I think qualifies for that. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So you've got your rule pages there, like that. You've got that purple in there. Very pretty. Very pretty. Okay. So that's how you can color your pages in your composition book. Make sure you glue, I would say at least 3 for sure. Oh, my ghost thing fell out. I'll put that back in later. So yeah, I was going to look for some red paint. I don't know if I have any red paint. So if I don't, I won't do that today. But I wanted to show you how to start inking or coloring or dyeing out of where you don't have pages that you can soak down into coffee or tea dye. You could mix up a mixture of coffee or tea and blotch it on there if you wanted to. Kind of put your pages in between wax paper and let it soak through and just let it dry. You could do that too if you wanted to. This down here, I may add some stuff down in here. I don't know. You can just let it sit. I like how that purple soaked through the edges there. That's kind of cool. Let me put some over here. Where's my wax paper? I'm just gonna, where's my purple? I'm gonna spritz it a little bit. Oops. Paper towel, paper towel. Rub it in. A little water. Kind of water that up. Yeah. Get some of that color in there on that. Across the bottom a little bit. So that's different. Oh yeah, that brings that color in some. We got the little bit of color up in here. Gonna go over here. We can put a little bit right here on this. Right there. Just a little bit, kind of wipe that off where it kind of peeled back, did a crease there. That up. Okay. Okay, we got to dry that. Okay, so I did find some red paint, but before I put that on there, I'm going to show you how to glue some pages together. So we have some single sheets here. So I'm going to pull back 3. Now, I'm going to be using just regular white glue. Put these put one of these underneath what I'm working on. Ouch. Whoops. Watch the hot glue, the hot gun. Okay. So I like to put that between the pages there. These are already glued together. So I've counted out 3. I've got 3 pages right here. Okay. Now, if you have spray glue, you could spray some glue. A glue stick would work if you have that. So I have this silicone nipple thing, and I'm just going to put glue here along the edge of one page, kind of in the center here, kind of quite a bit of glue. Then I just bring it over, or bring this one to it, since I have my wax paper here. And I'm going to take my spatula thing and just pull it through. And I'm okay with it wrinkling. I don't care because that just adds texture to my page. So I just spread it out. But like I said, if you wanted to use spray glue, you could, or a glue stick to get less glue. Just make sure you've got coverage to the edges. See, there's that one. You can let it dry a bit if you want. I'm going to go ahead and put some here, right along the edge. Not all the way up to the edge because it's going to spread out. So I'll put that. And bring this one over. Spread it out. So this is why you want your wax paper in there, to keep it from gluing your other pages together. I've done that before. Trust me on that one. So just spread that out. And then, of course, you're going to let them dry before you attempt to do any staining, inking, painting, whatever it is you want to do. Gesso is really good if you want a smooth white. Get you some white gesso. You can get it in black. So there we have 3 pages glued together. So this picked up a little bit of the purple from that there, and that's okay. So I just go along and wipe the edges. You can use cloth or your paper, whatever. So that works really good like that. You can see your glue lines some, but they're going to spread out and dry, and it just gives you that wrinkled look. So that's how you would go through and glue 3 pages together so that you can do your coloring and inking and things like that. So let's open this back up to our red, and I'm going to pause for just a minute and grab my glass mat. Okay, so I've got my glass mat. I've got my little bit of red paint. I'm just going to put a little bit down here that's kind of thick. I'm going to add some water to it on the glass mat. Let's see, mix it together with a brush. Let's see how it turns out. Kind of watery there. I don't know. Let's see. Oop, there's some. Need a little more water in it. Got a little bit right there. Oh, purple. Oops, that's not water. Oh, what did that do? Oh, yeah. Let's see how that looks. That's kind of a purpley red. That may work. Give us a dark bloody color. Gonna do this. Okay, that was a oops. Now just thump it. Get some blood on the image, on the page. Oh yeah, I like it now that I've got that dark purple in there. That was an oops, but hey, I like it. And you can dry it. So it looks like, it really looks like blood. I'll just try it real quick. So by accident, I did something else. I took the bright red paint I spritzed accidentally this purple villainous potion spray stain, and I ended up with a blood color, a darker bloody color, for my first page in this junk journal. So, okay, that's all I'm going to be doing for you today. Watch what you spray. But it worked out just fine. I like how that looks. Got the blood there. I got a few here that needs to dry a little bit more. So let it dry really well before you close it up. Nice, nice and spooky there. Okay, so that is my junk journal. I want to thank you so much for watching. I will clean some of this up, and then I'll come back and do a quick flip through of what I've got finished on it, and then we'll be done for 2022's 13 Frights Before Halloween. So stay tuned, and we'll, after I clean this up, I will do a flip through for you. For now, Halloween junk journal. I still have pages I'm going to be doing ongoing on the journaling part, but the decorative part is done. So here on the front, you see I've shown you this before, in the back. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm not going to take this book out because I've already shown that to you. So this is the belly band that holds this junk journal, and then this is the main junk journal. So this unties, and then this part is decorative. This, has tags in it that you can take out. You got the clip. This booklet comes out. I've shown you that before. I'm not going to take that out. This opens up. We have this place here with the plastic. We have all of this. Now, I did take paper clip them in to hold them down so they're not flopping right now while I'm working on it or showing it. So this all opens up. Have this part here. This opens up. We have all these pockets and things in here for tags like that. So I've shown you all that. I did add some drops of the red paint for blood here and here on some of my cards. So it looks like I've been bleeding. I've got purple paint still on me. I mean, it's dried. I've got it pretty clean. It'll come off. Like this tag here, I did put a drop of blood, some blood smear here, just to kind of add that spooky factor to it. So this opens this way. So here is the inside of the junk journal. This is the first page that I did in this video with the blood splatters on it, the skull stamp. I love how this looks with the lace. This flips back. We have journaling pages here that I inked to make it look stained, like a coffee or tea stain, added in the purple, blood splatters everywhere throughout this. So then we have this, and remember these are 3 pages thick here so that we can do that inking. We've got the purple here. I love this purple. This comes here, and I did glue these pages together. So I've got these sets ready to go right here for my next journaling session, or when I want to color my pages. And what I did is I went through, counted out. I did tear out some pages, but I went through and paper clipped 3 pages, every 3 pages together. So I have a total of, once I have them all stained and everything, see how they're all clipped together into the signatures, I guess you would say, or the journaling pages. Once they're glued together, I will have a total of 25 here in this book. And then here on this inside cover, I did put some spider paper and some washi tape. I didn't show that on camera. I forgot that I hadn't done that. And so there it is, the completed Halloween junk journal. Really big. Look at that. I love it. For my 13th fright of my 13 frights of Halloween collaboration with YouTube crafters for 2022. So check out the links below for all the others craft channels that joined in on this collaboration. It has been lots of fun. I'm going to thank you all so much for joining me, watching along as I create. Check back tomorrow, which is Halloween Day. I'll have a quick little video with slideshow photos. I'm not going to individually go through each project. I have a lot of projects and they're all throughout the house now, but I will do a review slideshow tomorrow for Halloween. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun. Thank you to all the other channels that joined me on this adventure and those who have joined in for the open collaboration part. I have tried to find all your channels as well and watch your videos. So thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye and happy Halloween.